Yeah, Mr. President, despite many challenges, we can see from the data that Timor Leste has handled the pandemic of COVID-19 quite well. What do you think are the key success factors and how the world can learn from Timor Leste when it comes to managing the pandemic?
Well, I'm afraid to make easy claims of boasting how a country was successful in managing the COVID, because others did, like New Zealand for a while, and then became quite dramatic, the situation, and a few others. Australia was being praised for how it handled, then became chaotic. With us, partly because we never had too many visitors.
Oh, no wonder you asked Indonesian to come to Indonesia, because you don't have many visitors.
We don't have like millions of tourists, hundreds of thousands of tourists.
Okay, I'm joking.
It was the people's movement that transferred the COVID from one country to another. But Bali closed down, Singapore closed down. Between Indonesia and us, we closed down the land border. And a lot of our education campaign by our government, in spite of all the inexperience, because everybody was inexperienced. And no one was experienced in dealing with COVID, obviously. In spite of all of that, tremendous effort in prevention. Besides the very nature of our society, people live in open air. People don't like to stay inside. Indoors. And when you travel around the neighborhoods of Delhi, you see people playing cards under a mango tree, under a tree. They play snooker. They sit in the veranda, because most poor people don't even have a living room. So open air. And Timorese are very mobile. They don't sit around. Either doing sports everywhere. Plus the sun, you get a lot of vitamin D, and of course vaccination. The government, when vaccine was available, we made aggressive lobbying to get vaccines, and it was not easy. But countries were incredibly quick and generous in supplying us with vaccine. Australia, number one, almost 2 million vaccines. COVAX, the UN-led initiative. New Zealand provide us. Portugal, all the way from Portugal. I did a very aggressive lobby in Washington to get Pfizer to Timor.
Did you make it?
We end up getting. Initially, Timor was not even on the list of the United States, because we didn't have much COVID. So they said, why you need, and there was so much pressure on the US, but in the end they deliver. So we have now much more than we needed. And so many aspects made Timor successful in, we have more problems with dengue than with COVID. Many people died last year, this year, of dengue.
Dengue?
Dengue, yeah.
Oh, so you're saying that you have, there's a more serious problem than COVID in Timor Leste, which is dengue.
Yes,
okay.
And many were children, very bad for children.
Okay.
But hopefully there is going to be a new scientific way of eliminating the dengue mosquito.